Amazing. And with that, we are indeed live. Cool. Today we are going to look at a tournament game, 5 brain cells against a period. To give you some idea who these teams are, it's a weird team, 5 brain cells. Literally each one has their own mental illness in a funny way. We get in, bully the enemy team and just have fun and blame the jungle for everything, including not last hitting our own minions. They've got a valid point. And period, the team was created within our guild, period. They all became friends and interested in participating after Jay, the leader, mentioned there was a tournament happening. And with this said, we now hop into the draft. The entirety of the tournament, we have seen Hecarim and Lee Sin being removed. Only a few select Aurelion Souls pick, like one pickup, and... But what draft will they go for? Lulu being removed, Kayn and Sett banned. Sett has been banned multiple times so far. Whereas Kayn has not been banned once so far, I believe. Ooh, Gragas being removed. Will we see, like, if we see a Lulu ban, then the Yuumi ban isn't so far away. Team 5 brain cells, no. With the last ban of the first rotation. What will they settle for? Nothing, I guess. Fair enough. And obviously, so the chat can enjoy themselves a little bit. Who will win game 1? Is it 5 brain cells, which is blue side, or is it team period, which is on the red side? Quickly checking if I'm not making a mistake. It seems as if I'm correct. Okay. Ooh, we see Yuumi pickup. Not being banned away, but the Hecarim has been banned. So the Lulu was banned, but not the Yuumi. And we see a Janna pickup instantly after a double Enchanter game. And an Ahri, a very interesting early pickup by Team Period, going for 2 of the non-high priority champions so far throughout the tournament, whereas the Yuumi was secured in the blue team, as well as the Yone, and maybe Jonathan Wick will also be finding his place, but ooh, it's a Scion angle. Zila would be proud seeing this so far. Angry Toilet Paper has also been demolishing the entirety of the tournament so far, but maybe you'll see a Kha'Zix pickup. Finally some Assassin enjoyment. Some aggression being picked in the Dragon lane. Because Ahri already being locked in, so it's very unlikely to see the Lucian mid lane unless they want to flex the Lucian into the Baron lane. Also very unlikely, so it's probably gonna be already as settled in Dragon lane. Removing the Kai'Sa from the equation, making the game a little bit harder in the scaling department. However, Lucian would stomp Kai'Sa in lane regardless. But Yuumi is always quite annoying regardless of the champion she's with, and Kai'Sa is one of the champions that she's quite devastatingly annoying with. Keep in mind, Team 5 brain cells missed already 1 ban. Will they miss a 2nd ban? They banned the Draven, so they have Soya's number. Is that right? Are they target banning Soya here? Is that right? Poor guy. Toilet paper. I just can't even speak. Toilet paper had too many fans. Yasuo being taken away. What will they remove? Will they finally... Ooh, they banned the Moonbro, but the Rammus is being locked in. How will Team 5 brain cells respond? Will they be able to jog their brains and get them into the mood of picking a champion that will turn this game into their favor. Zeri. Zeri Yuumi is such a disturbing constellation of champions, and if we see a Gwen as well, we might get a little bit depressed. And the beauty of this game is Zeri is able to go whatever she wants to go. She can go AD, she can go AP, it really doesn't matter. Her team has enough resources to be fine with either side, but there's another chonker being hovered on period side with Shen. But the thing is, Ahri isn't necessarily known for having so much damage in a competitive environment unless she snowballs, which is unlikely. And then the Lucian has to go very close to the enemy champions. And if you look at the champions, we have a Yone, we have a Zeri, and we have the Gwen. Do you really want to get too close? But now we see a Wukong to maybe get some control during teamfights, so the Lucian gets at least some more space. What an iconic name of the Yuumi here. Whoever's reading this, it's just iconic. And it's kind of sad to see that Bomber Girl is not being allowed to play Gragas to give us the true Bomber impression that we all actually deserve. Alright, place your bets. Team 5 Brain Cells is having 67% of the votes. And also, like, a little bit of information. Apparently Team 5 Brain Cells was a bunch of LFT people who was grouped together by the tournament organizer, giving them the chance to play together. So will they be, as a makeshift team, find the energy to triumph over period? Stoya playing on his Lucian here, quickly making sure that we at least have some proper setup. Who is whom?
Minions have spawned.
Okay.
Meet new friend.
So the question is, will they be relatively passive during the early game here? They have to be really careful of the Lucian burst damage. Stoya already pushing the wave in. The Janna is starting with the first ability, trying to find some potshots here, but nothing will come of this so far. Lucian are walking forward to make sure this wave crashes, but what will they do with their time? Will they go for a ward? Will they just be patient? Will they do anything? But now they just happen to look at each other. If the Lucian and the Janna keep on pushing into the Zeri without doing anything, then the Zeri will not be bullied and will be allowed to scale, which is something you never want to have. You don't want to have the Zeri scale, you want to punish her if possible. But Yuumi being a champion makes this very difficult.
Let it fly.
Sion playing relatively relaxed and far back here, having to be careful against the Wukong sustain, but doing so wonderfully. Both starting with a Ruby Crystal, typical Baron lane behavior. Mid lane getting charmed here by the Ahri, but simply not enough damage in the early game. Gets the Electrocute proc though. In the jungle, we have some slow gameplay so far, both apparently opting for a full clear, and the Zeri's HP bar, as we've seen on the minimap, hasn't moved anywhere. Lucian is now trying to find his reset window to get an early base with an early item spike to get something done a little bit later. Picking up the anti-healing here, Janna itemizing towards her boots first. And the Zeri now being busy pushing the lane takes a while with the Zeri. And in case you didn't know, if the support deattaches and picks up all the CS, he will still share the gold because he has the support item. And until it's fully stacked, he shares all the CS he takes with the closest ally. So it doesn't matter if the ally gets the last hit or not, support will give you all the gold from last hitting the minions for you. Ram is getting closer here, both junglers finishing their full clear, picking up the scuttle crab on either side. Going for a reset, will we finally see some action? Lucian recalling again, playing the recall game, trying to be ahead of the curve. Meanwhile, the sign is not completed on the mana, the Gwen is trying to sneak into the lane brush. The wave is in a very bad spot for the Sion, and something like somebody has to fix this. Ooh, nicely placed ward here. The issue is this wave will run into the tower partially. So the Wukong might lose a bit on this, but still, ooh, the Sion comes in with ult, utilizes this situation nicely that the Wukong just recalled, gets at least one plate, maybe even two, just one more hit. Ah, so sad, just one more hit for the plate. Oh, it was 2 hits. Picks up the plate again, and the Sion ultimate just made so much gold for him. Ooh, the issue starts happening. The Gwen comes around the corner, the Yuumi locking her down with the ultimate, and the Gwen picks up the kill through the exhaust. Now the Zeri is popping ultimate and forces the Janna to use ult. The Gwen is really angry with the Janna and runs after, but nothing will happen to Janna. Stoya already fuming, trying to go for one play, and it immediately backfires, as well as Ahri dying apparently in the mid lane to the Yone, not having to use ultimate. A massive swing here. This is not a good look for the Ahri so far. Rammus is now chilling down here, spending his time, whereas the Wukong is getting a free kill on the Sion. Wukong opting in for the Divine Sunderer rush, whereas the Sion goes for Heartsteel, picking up the item at not even 4 minutes into the game. Ooh, do we see an early red buff transition? No way. Was about to say this, just no way. Ooh, Wukong finding his way. Wukong doesn't have Divine Sunderer yet, so he needs to still be a little bit careful. Ooh, the Gwen is camping on the Ahri. Maybe she face checks, but there's a Rammus as well. The cover has been blown, flashes away to not get taunted, turns around with the Yuumi ultimate, but somebody's jumped. The Yuumi cannot attach anymore for a few seconds. Taunting the Gwen, nothing will come of this though. Attaching to the Zeri again, going for a full all-in, but the Ahri simply doesn't have enough damage. Will the next charm connect? The charm connects, but there's no damage yet, and they're all living with a sliver of HP again. And this is a 4-man play, while on the other side of the map, the Sion is farming Heartsteel procs. Ooh, Rammus is falling to the power of the Gwen and Yuumi. Now they're getting chased down. Team Period is having a lot of trouble here. The 5 brain cells is using their collective IQ to punish them. And this will lead to a free dragon, but it's only an ocean dragon, which sets up the possibility for an ocean soul in the later stages of the game. Ram is already instantly rolling towards the Herald, the Sion ulting top lane, making sure that there's wave priority. The Wukong has gotten into base buying Divine Sunderer. Yone still has a lot of gold in his inventory, but none of the teams apparently is going for the Herald so far. They are going for a play onto the Sion, which will take a lot of time to get that one killed. He's relatively tanky. The Sion will get a few Heartsteel procs, but now the enemy team will get into the position for the Herald. The Ahri is also converging. There's just 2 people up here, whereas Team Period is trying to siege down there. The Yone combos 2 people. 2 people fall almost instantly. Wukong is barely surviving, hanging on, has to flash away from this play. And now the Herald will go over to Team 5 brain cells. Unless something happens. Sion is playing with this food, gets another Heartsteel proc. Look at him toying with them, getting so many Heartsteel procs, gets a tower shot, and this tower shot will spell the end for him. Meanwhile, the Lucian is taking down this tower. Ooh, this Herald here is very low efficient. This tower would have fallen anyway. Now they go for more. Killing the Ahri on the spot here, going back, but the Rammus is keeping up with the play. Getting denied by the Yone. The Yone is completely solo carrying this game, getting a triple kill. And the Herald gets another charge on the tier 2. And the Lucian and Janna just cannot make anything happen on the other side. They just got some platings, but they don't get any kill. And now the Sion is going for a proactive map play with the ult around the map. He will slowly crash in here. He will go for the He hits the tower. If he doesn't hit the tower, he will hit the enemy behind the tower, and then they will get a clean double kill unless they react fast enough. They probably never even expected this play to happen. And they get another full tower with full platings. Team 5 Brain Cells has picked up every single plating on the entirety of the map, whereas Team Period only got platings on the bottom tower. But now we see a play on the other side of the map. The Rammus tries to deny the Zeri, but it's not getting close enough. Having to walk away, cancelling the sound with the knockup. The Yumi pops ultimate, but nothing happens anymore.
Switchback.
The bounties are now settling in. We see a big bounty on this tower on 213 HP. It's an easy pickup for any team. The Wukong, the Divine Sunder, played his steel caps in his inventory, trying to get some gold. And the only really fat person right now in this game is the Yone with 8,700 gold. And the Ahri is opting in for a Rod of Ages scaling build on a Snowball champion. This could come back to bite her big time. Rammus taking ages to pick up the scrap, and the Gwen nearly stole it and is now being snipped alive. There's just no way you survive against the Gwen. And will Stoya turn this? Will he get a kill? Is the Gwen going to survive? And Dijana picks up the kill with the auto attack of red buff. Oh no, Stoya. Will you escape? Will you get the wave? There's just no way. You will fall, my friend. Farewell. Meanwhile, Dion is also enjoying his time on the map while the entire map is completely being taken over by Team 5 Brain Cells. The severe lack of damage of Team Period is slowly going to show right now. There's just not enough damage to lock anyone on. Nice flash to cancel the Scion ultimate, but there's nothing to run down the Scion with. And they're bleeding turrets left and right. There's still not a single tower in favor. Ooh, we just look away. There was a flash happening on Stoya's end, but we just blame it on the lag.
Spirits are calling.
And this game is about to be a little bit more difficult with the second dragon spawning, which was certainly going to the hands of 5 Brain Cells. The only hopes of Team Period is them getting shutdown golds, or that Team 5 Brain Cells grieves at a big objective like Baron Nashor. Otherwise, if that doesn't happen, I see a little chance of them coming back, because the Lucian who isn't snowballing will find it very difficult to achieve anything in the game. Janna is scaling though, providing her team with Harmonic Echo, spamming her shielding, but it will not be enough to withstand the burst of Gwen. Dragon will be picked up very easily. Scion is ulting in, try to cut the rotation of the enemy team. Charm connects, Yone ult hits as well, hits 2 people. The hitbox was a joke, by the way, but will they be able to turn? The Rammus is in front of them. The Gwen is 1 HP, but she's not dying because of the zone. Finally she's dead, but the Zeri is running rampant in the front line. Look at her moving around. They get 1 kill but lose 3 people. 4 people, and now Stoya is the only man left standing and nearly gets taken down as well. Will be getting killed by the Yumi and the Zeri. Yone picking up the side lane here. Nexus shield will be deactivated very soon, which means that the Nashor here will probably spell the end of this game if they pick it up. Ram is trying to go for this objective here. The blue buff smited away. Zeri is fuming, invested so much time and still didn't get anything. But it at least aligns with their path on going for the bot lane wave. Nash is spawning in third in 45 seconds.
Let it fly.
And with it spawning, we finally get ourselves into a position where the game can potentially end. This Yone is going to one-tap everything he sees. He's so unbelievably fed. And the question is, why did the Zeri already complete her Mortal Reminder? It's not really a need for that already. They have the Rammus and some plate steel caps, but there's still a lot of magical damage she will deal thanks to the Yumi. So I don't think it was really that necessary. Ooh, Sound ulting onto the Ahri. The Ahri is forced to use ult to escape, but barely. Oh, she will burn that to death. She waited too long to get away with the Spirit Rush, and now they'll try to get the kill onto the Scion, but the Scion is just way too tanky, whereas Team 5 Brain Cells is not picking up the Baron at the same time. Stoya is trying to defend and hold on to this base for dear life, but the Yone is turning in the pit. We see a teleport coming, the Scion is coming around, and the enemy have to forfeit this Baron, ulting over the wall to deny the Rammus entry. 2200 HP onto the Baron, denying them as good as possible. The Rammus is not even trying to get in, and they secure the Nasher. Now the Rammus goes in very delayed, and the Zeri is there to clean house, but Stoya turns with the exhaust, flashes over the wall, but being ran down by the Yuumi. They're just too fast, and you can just never escape. There's just no hopes for Team Period right now. Nice charm, but there's not enough damage. Triple kill. Zeri and Yuumi are taking over. Quadra kill. Will they get the pentakill? Will the Wukong fall? Will they try to go for the penta? Will they end the game? They choose to end the game. And with this, game 1 ends in favor of 5 Brain Cells. 76% of the people voted for Team 5 Brain Cells. A very difficult to play game. Team Period just lacked the tools to make something happen. They neither have the scaling, nor were they able to capitalize on anything early game, because their champion choices just don't align very well. The question is, can they fix this for the next game, or will they fall into the same trap of trading enchanters, but having a composition that doesn't scale as well? The 5 LFT team, 5 Brain Cells, is putting on a show so far, making it clear that they appear to be the favorite of the series. But will they be enough? Will it be enough? Or will this game turn into a 1-1 and we see the last game? It's always fun to see a series go the full way. But the question is, how much is the mental? Kirk's boost when? Gotta be honest here for a second. I'm too washed. But the question is, will the mental be in a position where it allows them to take back this game? Because this last game felt like running against a wall. Every single thing they tried to make happen didn't work out in their favor, and then the scaling happened, and then they were just killed within an instant. Like, the Yone took care of them so fast, and then the Gwen hopped over and snipped them apart. Like, they had no winning. There was no winning involved anymore. I hope Team Period is taking their 5 minutes of time for a quick break, quickly assessing the situation, gathering some thoughts, and then getting into the next game with a clear head, because going into the next game with some tilt or some lingering emotion is something that is going to cost you so dearly. Like, in the distant past, when Riot was still like very much involved in esports and I was on Gamelord, like, emotion was such a big topic because players got so upset that they really started to underperform, or started to maybe even feel like a little bit lack of trust towards teammates, depending on the situation, because somebody messed up a play and then they just felt like they couldn't trust them anymore. Sam, how did you get the feeling? Did you talk to the teams for a second? How is Team Period? Mm-hmm. Okay, it seems that Team Period is picking blue side. Who will win game 2? Already preparing this? Already putting up the Gumba. Okay. Already prepping the Gumba. Just vote either if you're a fan favorite, like if you're a favorite of a team, make sure to vote already. Otherwise, just wait for the draft to commence. They'll start in I think in 1 to 2 minutes. They're taking their break, regrouping mentally. The last loss was not a nice one, so give them a break. Okay, one player is still missing, and then we are finally able to go into the next game. I just hope we see all enchanters being removed. I want to see some action. Enough to comfort 5 brain cells. Damn. How's the weather? Pretty good. Damn. I'm worth half a brain cell. They're honest, at least. Just a few more moments until we get back into the game. Both teams have selected to win skins if they happen to win the entirety of the tournament. And as you're already here, and there's still a little bit of time left, if you want to participate in giveaways or have a shot at winning skins, custom made emotes, you should most definitely join this Discord server that I just posted the link for. And look for the giveaways. And maybe you will be the winner. Or you will be plenty of winners. Who knows? Should I start playing Gragas support? If you want to play competitive, you should have him on your list. Because in solo queue, Gragas as a support, because you go tanky, will feel very underwhelming in very many instances, because the champion will not provide you with enough in solo queue to carry. In a competitive environment, he's insane. But yeah, in solo queue, you will not have so much fun. Everyone is ready. We're about to hit game 2. The technical difficulties. Stoya also had a technical difficulty with losing a flash at a random moment. Okay, game 2 is on the way. We have a 50% win rate prediction for Team Period so far, without the draft even happening. Will they turn the game back into their favor? Team Period, what will be their first ban? Aatrox being removed from the equation already. Will they push for a Draven pick? Because we all know that Stoya is a Draven enthusiast. This man lives, breathes, and exists only for Draven. Does Team 5 Brain Cells ban the Draven again, or will they feel confident enough to play against him? Again, set the same ban, but now we have it on Stoya. Banning away the Yone, they don't want to face this creature again. Respectable. Yuumi being banned away, so will we see a Lulu ban just to make sure that we don't have these annoying pocket enchanters? What is Loki gonna do? And I really hope Loki is not... Ooh, we see the Lulu ban actually. Good one. I really hope we don't see another Rod of Ages Ari, because that defeats the purpose of the champion for this environment completely. Also not the biggest fan of her in a competitive environment. I don't think she provides you with enough. And now the last ban coming in, will we see the Draven ban? The Draven is being banned. They are just not even taking the risk. But Hecarim and Lee Sin are open. Both power picks, so many power picks available. What will they settle for? They pick Karma. Now the enemy team is picking up Gragas and they get the ability to even pick Hecarim on top. There are so many broken picks available that Vern banned, so Team 5 Brain Cells has the premier selection of whatever they want to get. Will Team Period be able to respond in fashion and pick up any of the broken champions that are left open, or will they settle for comfort? However, if they settle for comfort, again the same thing might happen, where the enemy is too powerful. Ooh, look at this, there's a Nami and a Gragas. This could be a Yasuo draft. Will Stoya go for another Lucian, or will he be a little bit patient here, or will he just pick up the Varus? Varus would be such a great pickup generally as a champion. He is so good, but the issue is if he picks Varus right now and the enemy team picks the Yasuo next rotation, it's very, very sketchy. And if they don't pick Yasuo, they have to ban Yasuo soon. Like, looking at this, I think if Yasuo isn't picked, you just ban Yasuo. I've never seen Stoya play Caitlyn. I would have been more into his Varus, but Loki now selecting the Syndra instead of the Ahri. Better champion in all regards. Picking up the Syndra. Hopefully no Rod of Ages this time. So what will Team 5 Brain Cells settle for? They have the angle for a Yasuo game. They certainly have. Yasuo also pretty annoying for Syndra. So they have the pick, but they settle for Ezreal as it seems? Zeri? Okay. Don't forget, Team 5 Brain Cells has the first pick after the ban phase. Botlane is already heavily in favor of Team Period, with Karma, Caitlyn being absolute bullies during the laning phase, where Zeri has to just sit back and scale. But the thing is, in the last match we have seen them push and push waves over and over again without being able to punish. Team Period's win prediction is down to 50%, whereas 52% before the draft happened, and it's going lower by the moment. Well, never mind. We have now Team Brain Cells in the lead with 51. Gwen being removed, Kayn being removed, and Moonbro being gone. We have another Scuttlecrab supporter coming in with Vindy, blessing us with his appearance. It's a jungle differential, and we have a Scion ban, and an Akshan being locked in. We haven't seen that champion in any competitive environment for eons. Yep, they said so. It's 1 brain cell for each person of 5 brain cells. The Hecarim being a second rotation pick. I never believed I would live to see that day. Look at that. The 2 last picks of Team Period are banger picks. Hecarim and Shen. What is going to happen on Team 5 Brain Cells? They are cooking, but what are they cooking? It's a Rengar jungle. It is a Gragas top, or maybe it's a Rengar top lane. Mozilla? Is Mozilla here? Maybe we see a Rengar top lane? Is there hope? Zeri is a good champion in comp. Gragas is a good champion. Shen, Hecarim, and Syndra, they're all good champions. You hater. The score? Currently 5 brain cells is 1-0 in the lead. Team Period gained some popularity again in the voting, 55%. They're believing in their fans. It's the Rengar jungle. Saddening. Mozilla makes his appearance and we'll obviously peel our eyes for the Rengar jungle gameplay. As the resident Rengar enjoyer, the enthusiast, the lover of Rengar and J4, the so-called Bullabus.
Welcome to WildRift.
Okay.
Minions have spawned.
Spotting the Rengar. What is the item department telling us? You have a ruby crystal, typical start, anything out of the ordinary, a coin on the Nami. Very patient so far. Nothing too much happening. Body slamming right into the face, Bomber Girls making her name all honor. Ooh, heck. He's starting with a chicken camp. I've not seen that one happening in ages. This chicken camp, ooh, nearly reset here. Maybe the Rengar is playing for a free camp gank scenario, but the Hecarim already started blue buff, so there's no camps to be taken away. So the Rengar play will lead into a dead end up here. If this gank doesn't work out, he's losing so much on the map. Hecarim already starting the 3rd camp. Same for the Rengar. Rengar will probably make his way into the top brush. And again, coin doesn't really serve a purpose. Nice trading on the top lane. Really forcing here. The Karma and the Caitlyn do not get to poke too much, and the Rengar does exactly what we expect him to do. He's going for a free camp gank path. Shen taunts in. This might be the death of the Shen. Has to flash away, but gets jumped after. The Rengar will certainly shut him down. He is too close. Oh no. Gets the kill with the empowered ferocity roar. Rengar's play actually paid off, but the Caitlyn and the Karma is not able to capitalize on their early lead in the lane through champions because they cannot get to bully them to their heart's content.
Not so fast.
Rengar transitioning through the mid lane. Finding the Hecarim in the jungle, jumps over to his blue buff, avoids the fight in the river. Stoya making sure to back up the jungle. Zeri can always rotate whenever she needs to. It's all about seeing the Akshan. When will we finally start seeing the rotations of Akshan to his side lane? We also see a barrier on mid lane over exhaust. We have to keep that in mind, because that might be the issue. Rengar is investing so much time into his teammates here, not having found a single base yet, whereas the Gragas is just bullying the Shen up here. Nice combo. The Akshan missed the swing, flashes away and survives with 1 HP. Now the Akshan will clear the wave with the ultimate because it always one-shots a minion regardless of it being Baron buffed or not. And the Hecarim, the Rengar flashes and gets the kill onto the Syndra. Was the flash really necessary? I don't know, but now the Hecarim is trying to get a kill back. Jayce is in, misses the ultimate, but the Gragas still dies. Caitlyn and Karma hitting the tower down there, 19 and 50 HP left on it. Coming through from the Akshan, but not being able to get a single thing done here. Dealing some decent damage into them. They have to sustain. Zeri jumps in. The Shenhold is coming around. Nice attempt with the bubble, but now there's a Shen here. Doesn't taunt or doesn't have taunt available. Without the Shen, they might have been certainly dead. The first game was in favor for 5 brain cells. They really have to be mindful of this Zeri pick. Like, if they keep on playing like the way they're playing, this Zeri will gain too much value. Ooh, the Rengar is on the hunt. He is having enough. He just jumps in, instantly killed the first person, runs towards the brush, but tries to escape from the Caitlyn. Caitlyn can't walk up because she gets... Ah, well, Rengar, goodbye, my friend. The Karma was the sacrificial lamb, and the Akshan is trying to enjoy his time in the middle lane. Meanwhile, the top laners are just looking at each other. Look at the Bomber girl, relaxing, up there. Ooh. Herald spawning, and now it's time for the first big fight of the game. We will finally see some blood here. The all-out fight will certainly soon happen. All people are starting to rotate, but now the Syndra is recalling. They're not sure what they want to do, but now the Hecarim is charging in with a third ability. They're backing off. Ulting in very deep. CCing the Gragas. Can't move right now. Gragas get completely combo, dies on the spot, but now the Akshan tries to trade back with the ultimate. Zeri misses the second ability and nothing happens. They get one kill and most likely will get this Herald, but has Rengar anything to do about this? Rengar steals the Herald! And now Team Period is on the run. The Shenhold is coming in. He survives with 1 HP. The Hecarim is 1 HP and tries to go for a play, but the Zeri is cleaning up. The zapping! Zeri's ultimate chained onto Stoya, that then chained onto the Crux, which then chained onto the Hecarim, and he gets another kill! And the Hecarim is about to die as well. This Zeri is going crazy! Oh no. Oh, the Hecarim goes for the same play. The Rengar goes for the same play again. We've seen this happen over and over and over again. Every single time he spots a person, he ults in and gets the kill. Ooh, Hecarim charging in. It's very risky. Going in for the full combo onto the Rengar. Rengar is the empowered second ability to heal up. He healed up so much already. There's no anti-healing on the team yet. Team Period is running him down, and 5 brain cells loses their jungle, but a nicely placed second ability by Zeri nearly takes care of half the enemy's HP bar. This dragon isn't as free as people might believe he is. The Akshan ultimate comes in. The Nami wave collapses. They get the free kill pickup. The Nami survives with 1 HP. Stoya misses the jump. The Zeri jumps after. Had to flash and they just get a kill trade. All for a simple dragon. This game again is heavily in favor of Team 5 brain cells. The Zeri is getting stronger and stronger by the minute. It's not being shut down during the laning phase at all. Oh, will this be a taunt over the wall? No, he will not dare. Rengar ulting again. What will happen? Who will die? He gets caught in the middle of there by the trap. And is then one shot. Oh, Rengar, You need to know that Caitlyn traps block all momentum. Anything that jumps through gets immediately locked up. Ooh, the Syndra might be able to do something about this game. Nicely dodged the Nami wave, but the Hecarim is in front, gets ulted by the Shen. Shen now comes in, but there's no way he can taunt, and the Zerius is dealing too much chip damage to them with every single auto attack. The Bomber Girl getting stunned again. The Syndra is so now starting to do a lot of work. Having acquired the Luden's Echo and the Prophet's Pendant with the Boots of Mana, having a lot of pen, whereas the enemy doesn't really have any magic resist so far, apart from the Akshan. Both junglers are running CDR boots.
Sometimes you have to go back to move forward. Chrono Recall engaged.
Hecarim spotting the Zeri. Zeri jumps over the wall, avoids certain death by the Hecarim. But now the Nami is in a very bad place, but it turns onto the Hecarim. Big combo by the Karma, but nobody will die and nothing happened. While on the other side of the map, the Shen got taken care of by Bomber Girl and Rengar. But now the Hecarim is being caught. What is happening? How did he just die? Big combo by the Syndra. Picks up the kill on the Zeri. The Syndra is the only hope they currently have.
Sometimes forever is just 1 second. One singularity net coming up.
Team 5 Brain Cells is making it very difficult for Team Period to find hope. But Team Period still has hope. And it's all on Loki. But maybe the Caitlyn gets to scale, and maybe in late game the Caitlyn can do something. But it's very difficult. It's going to be very hard because they have so many threats on Team 5 Brain Cells. The next dragon is an Ocean Dragon and could potentially set up the Mountain Soul Point for Team Period. But again, the Mountain Soul will probably not be the difference maker for this game. Bot lane bounty, you know what this means. There's gonna be a target on your head. The entirety of the team is now collapsing. Rengar is ulting. Who will die? Will Team Period escape this play? Rengar jumps to wall, finds the Syndra, nearly kills her, but now the Zeri is caught in a very bad place. Ults in, flashed away, still gets caught. The Hecarim gets a free kill, rushes into them, brings in the Shen in the clown car. Is Stoya able to carry a nice combo, gets the Zeri revive by the Akshan. Now the Rengar's in the middle of the fight. Can he be killed? He gets taunted and taken down. Team Period is bringing this back. Ooh, Loki, you do not want to do this. The stun misses as well. He barely survives. Ooh. Threading in the needle. Dragon spawning. Team Period has the opportunity to get towards Soul Point. Soul Point will not save them, but it will at least make it harder for the enemy to one-shot you. But they already have 2 Serpent Fangs. Rengar is waiting with ultimate. Zeri is poking, Akshan is poking with ultimate. They're looking for an opportunity, but they take so much damage and they don't have any sustain on their team so far. This fight is probably already over because they can't really enter this fight. This Gragas is dealing so much damage. Ooh, if the Hecarim goes for the steal and Tifi dies, they might just take Baron. Will Team Period dare to do so? They're all 1 HP. Hecarim ults in very delayed. He will probably be taken care of. 1 HP but still dies. They're all trying to escape. They're all 1 HP. Team Period made a big mistake of trying to go for this dragon. Nice damage by Stoya with 1 auto attack. But the Rengar is now on the hunt, coming from the bush, one-shotting the Caitlyn. Gets to another brush, runs them all down, but the control of Karma saves her. It's an early Nasher, so this one dies instantly. Rengar's ulting for it. He will probably just get it for free. They don't even have to pillage the jungle. They just take the Nasher on the spot. And I don't think that Team Period can do anything about this. They don't even know, maybe. And even if, they can't do anything. So how can Team Period recover from this? They have one more opportunity to survive this game, but with the next spawn of Baron, this game will most likely end. Right now, this Baron will not be as consequential as people might believe. They still have a Syndra to defend waves, it's okay. And if they lose mid lane inhibitor, nothing will happen, it's just mid lane inhibitor. But the Syndra is not allowed to walk up too far. If the Syndra dies, they have big issues. But Syndra is currently the lifeline.
The measures engaged.
Nami has double the sustain with a normal healing of Ebb and Flow and the Harmonic Echo, making sure to keep her team sustained. Ooh, the hacker made the key mistake of walking into his jungle without any information, and this is something you just cannot do. Immediately punished by the Rengar, being very much aware of the situation, and now they have to play tower defense. As I said, this Nashor will probably just be an objective that you take for gold if you don't have the wave set up. As long as you don't have 2 waves set up to push, you can't really achieve anything against the Syndra. But the second Baron will be the thing that makes or breaks the game. Akshan not being busy on the outside of the map hitting towers. They are slowly working now on these towers. No tower will fall. Akshan flashes away and survives. Syndra has a lot of items and she can still very much be the carry of this game. Enemy team has no magic resist outside of the Merc Threats on Akshan, so the Syndra will one-tap you regardless of who you are, unless your name is Gragas and you have 50,000 K8P, which then turns into damage reduction through your second ability. Nash is spawning relatively soon, and the next dragon. The next dragon is completely worthless, it doesn't matter. Oh, the Syndra walks too much out of her base. This might cost them an inhibitor, because no, they don't have wave clear, but it might not even cost them anything. Because right now, the Nashor hasn't even spawned yet. Syndra will be back on the map when Nashor spawns, so unless they get another kill somewhere, it's going to be no problem. The top inhibitor is getting lower and lower and Aksha is preparing waves, but nothing will come of this, I think. They can't go for this inhibitor and be in position for Nashor unless they go together and play as a team and take this together to then go into the enemy jungle backwards, pillaging everything if it's available, and then the Rengar actually dies going for a proactive play onto the Caitlyn, which as a consequence will deny them the Nashor on spawn. And this is something that Team Period desperately needs. They need time, but now they're caught in transition. Hecarim finds Cesare, but who's in the end the one being caught? They get instantly one-tap, Shen and Hecarim fall. Will the Syndra and the Caitlyn do enough damage to save this play? Akshan ults and gets trapped here. Misses the combo, but it doesn't matter. The Gragas just one-taps, and now it's just the Syndra left alone with 1 HP.
Double kill. Rampage. Killing spree. Shut down.
With all this happening, now it's a free tower taking for the mid lane and top lane inhibitor. Zeri jumping in, trying to go for the kill onto the Syndra, but doesn't deal enough damage. The Nexus shield is gone. Will they go for the end? Will they try to push for this? They teleport in, and this marks the end of this series. Team 5 Brain Cells triumphs over Team Period. Both the mid laner Loki and Stoya tried their hardest given their damage numbers, but the enemy team played better together and they couldn't capitalize on the laning advantages they had. They weren't able to deal significant damage to the Zeri and the Nami bot lane, and without anything happening, this is much more in favor of the Zeri because Zeri scales so much better for team fighting, given the comp. And the question is, what went wrong and what can be done better? How did the Hecarim not outperform the Rengar, and how was the Rengar allowed to get the same kills in the same fashion so many times in sequence? Like, you've seen him with ultimate run towards a mid lane tower, kill the Syndra again, then kill the Karma. Like, he just was able to play as he wanted, but the question is, how was this even possible? Like, you have one dedicated strong side, which is the Karma and Caitlyn, and you need to invest resources into that. The Shen is your weak side, and you really need to make sure that this champion, that Caitlyn, gets all the gold, because Caitlyn without gold feels so sad. And this marks the end for today's series. 5 brain cells played really well. So now I can actually turn back on some chill and relaxing music. Okay. Keep in mind, keep it civil, guys. This is the Playmakers Cup. If you're, for example, a Challenger or Sovereign player, you can't expect the lower bracket team to perform towards your expectations. Most of the players participating in the tournament are non-competitive players from the past. Like, they're not competitive players from the past. It's a very different beast. So it's obviously easy to judge them like, hey, you're doing this wrong, hey, you're doing this wrong, this is bad, and etc. Most of them were not even... They don't know how much a draft can make a difference. How much an early game mistake can make a difference. And all these little details that are like things of the very top, they're not very familiar with. So always keep that in mind when you think about this, or when you watch it, because it's always easy to point fingers. Sam, do you want me to unmute you so you can say a few words if you want? Okay, then they will not hear you. Oh yeah, somebody in my ear just made sure to remind me that you have to, there's no way around, you have to join this Discord for giveaways. If you don't, she might or might not have told me there'll be consequences. I cannot say or further disclose what kind of consequences, but you should just do it. Tomorrow at 6 PM, right? You said 6 PM CT. Rapi versus Rapi is the next big series. Oh, welcome. And no problem. Hell no, there's no rest. I will now watch some Chinese gameplay. The Ranga Gaming. Well, I was told it's Rapi against Rapi. I am just the humble backseat gamer. So if I understand this correctly, like one Rapi group is playing the EMEA tournament, and the other one is just another team of the guild. Are they also playing the EMEA? Okay. So I would just assume like one is the A team and one is the B team, like in just technicality. Like it's Big Brother Rapi against Little Bro Rapi. Okay. So chat. What will we watch now? Which Chinese mastermind will be looked at? And I'll hop away from here. Thank you, Sam. Hope you have a nice day. And we'll catch each other tomorrow again for some more action. Bye bye, Sam. Okay, chat, we are alone. Chat, we are free. Be changing. Ooh, another Scuttle Crab member. Hello. Another member coming in clutch. Okay, so. Apologies, I just took like 10 seconds to sneeze. Ah. Happy, happy, happy. You cannot make Vinny happy like this. We need to do more. Okay. First off, we have to get into the right music groove. What do we have here? Nah, I guess it's just a lo-fi angle. Is there a single Orianna player? I can take a look. Maybe I can find some. What about the talent one trick? I have a talent video coming out at 3 p. Like in 1.5 hours. So I will stream till then. And then yeah. I think I have a list somewhere. No? Okay. TFT Rumble music. Come on, bro. Okay, I can close this now. I can open this now. Ooh, magic. Okay, now we're getting ourselves into the mood, getting all cozy and stuff. But I guess the music is a little bit too loud. I think the music is fine now. The latest Z video. I have a list and I will start with Mr. Yaximos. But I have to fix all my chat stuff because it's the other overlay. Where is my chat? Ah! Hello. Hello there. Okay, I move you a little bit up. I guess this is fine. Found you. Okay. Okay, chat. We're going to take a look at Mr. Yax, and we'll start now. Hello, hello, my beautiful fellas. And today we are going to look at Mr. Yaximos against the Camille. To my knowledge, this matchup is a skill matchup in the early game. But Mr. Yaximos takes over late game because this champion is very fair. And what are cooldowns, right? But the Camille is already harassing with the second ability over and over again. Like, this champion is a shadow of her former self, but she's still a good champion. But she was so much more broken in the past. It was not even remotely close. Going in for a quick little trade, running Conqueror instead of Grasp, so during the laning phase he's a lot weaker. But the scaling with Conqueror is so much superior than with Grasp. And yeah, just ask questions in chat and we'll just get to it. I think the Camille can just not choose to not play. Like, just bully with W, right? But the issue is, like, Jax's damage is a lot higher. Because did you just see the nice combo that Jax did? Jumped in front, flashed there to deny the hook shot, and get a quick little kill pickup. But he recalls out the... Oh, he recalled out of range of the cannon minion. I'm fuming. He also, like... every top laner is internally crying right now. He also started with a longsword over Ruby Crystal. Let's end the poly. I forgot to end this one. It was a really nice play by the Flash, and the wave is in a very good spot for him as well. The Hecarim's on the other side of the map. There's no way that they can dive this this Jayce. And look how he's trading, trying to make as much time as possible to not let the wave walk in, but eventually will happen because the wave is just way too big. And with the wave being so close to the tower, he can just continuously trade into the Camille without any fear. But the sustain of the Camille with Fleet makes this a lot more difficult. But you see, there's such nice damage, and it will only get worse. If any one of you misses the old Camille, where you can just animation cancel with your first ability, I miss it so much. Like, many people are so pissed about this. Ooh, the Camille messes up, but will be still enough because they don't have Flash, locking down the Jayce and getting the Kha'Zix a free kill. This is something you see way too little. You just don't see lane ganks like this. Only a few people do them, and they're so powerful, I really don't know why people don't abuse them more often. And how would I nerf Jayce? What could they do about this champion to make him less obnoxious? I think they could slightly increase his first ability's cooldown, so he isn't able to stick on you so easily. And maybe review how many resistances he gains from his ult. Of course we miss it. Of course. And now the Hecarim still hasn't tried to play around the Jayce, which is kind of weird because they have a Vayne Sona lane. Like, why isn't little bro Hecarim trying to give his Jayce some more love? Where's the love for top laners? Why is always the enemy top laner getting all the love from junglers, whereas you as a top laner get nothing? You just get clapped for no reason. You just get all the hate. Camille escapes here again, but the trades become more and more problematic for the Camille to maintain. Picked up the fruit if I'm not mistaken. And the Kha'Zix is getting fed on the other side of the map. The Hecarim is also going to die to him. The Kha'Zix is getting so fed for zero reason. I really wish the Hecarim would play around the Jayce. Camille needs to be careful to not get baited by this play. Shield goes on cooldown now. Like, Camille might... Does she go for this? Because he still has Counter-Strike. So it's still a big risk to go for a play. Plated steel caps being very powerful. Jayce aiming towards getting Trinity Force here over Divine Sundra. What is the Camille gonna do? Now Hecarim's team will probably win this fight because the enemy bot lane didn't rotate up here. The Nami didn't come, but the Sona came. 1 HP on the... Oh no! He auto-casted his first ability and the Kha'Zix went stealth at the same time. Oh, it's actually... Like, if this cost him the kill, that would have been the most depressing thing possible. And he walks back to a nicely set up wave that he can just collect. Varus picked up the Herald, gives his Jayce some gold. Mid lane tower is way too low HP, it would be such a waste, but the Hecarim is stealing, is sharing the gold, completely neglecting the Jayce from the start of the game, but comes up here to share the platings. He's like, I hate you, and to make sure I hate you even more and you hate me even more, I'll take your plates. Every top laner can relate to this situation. You are fuming internally when you have this happen. More than just fuming. Camille going for a quick reset again, maybe has a completed item in base. The game will slow down now significantly. There's nothing to be done for a long time. But people will fall victim to the Kha'Zix if they go for any like proactive plays, because every brush is a death sentence given how fat Kha'Zix is. So they always need a resident face checker, because if they don't, Kha'Zix will just pick them up. You see an all-in on the mid lane. The Kha'Zix also comes from the flank. Akali used R2 to go in, jumps in as well, but they go for whatever kind of an int that was, because they have to remember they still have a lot of lockdown with Sona ult and Varus ult. Meanwhile, the Nami is playing AFK Simulator on the other side of the map. Oh, the classic dragon enthusiasts. Picking up anti-healing to deny the healing from Divine Sundra. And Fleet, not a bad pickup. Also Nami on the enemy team. Some sustain is there, so... Like, there's also one item on Jax that's pretty underrated, and it's Nash's Tooth. If any of you in chat have seen a Jax with Nash's Tooth, just let me know. Because I think this item, because it grants you haste, attack speed, and even more magic damage on hit, whereas Blade is physical on it, it's still like a very nice pickup. But given the issue with Heartsteel being so prevalent, and the HP numbers going so high, Blade is also a very good pickup nowadays. Like, I think if you face a lot of Heartsteel tanks, I think even AD carries can change their itemization to take a look into Blade. This will increase at least their start damage by a lot, given they're hitting like targets with 6k HP. So it will not feel too terrible. How does this Jax get destroyed by the set? It's an illegal activity. How does that one even work? Kha'Zix jumping in onto the Jax, that's a thing you never want to do like this. Like, if Jax just uses his third ability and just blocks your auto attack, which is empowered by your passive and Duskblade, and you just don't avoid the stun, you just die on the spot, then you get very much depressed. Yes, there'll be a VOD of the stream, and the Chinese reactions I'll cut into videos eventually, and then upload them to YouTube as well. So yeah, you'll have everything. Don't you worry. Jax making sure that they can just get the dragon for free, picking up the Luva as well. Very good to pick up on Jax, because this champion is very mana hungry. Camille would pick up this tower, and he has to be mindful of the hookshot. Oh nice, he spaces perfectly so the Camille can't just go over the wall. Picks up the fruit here. Camille might be able to escape if she has flash, but gets denied again. Messes up the timing of the ultimate. So the Jax still stunned with the counter-strike. I mean, being able to run Blade and doing well in doing so is like obviously a big difference. But Lucian into like tanks, I think it could be one of the better choices you can make. Because with Blade and, for example, Nash's maybe, you can have so many sources of on-hit that it might actually not even be that terrible. Hullbreaker, Trinity Force being picked up. With Trinity Force, it's very difficult for the Akali and Hullbreaker to do anything, because the Jax has too many resistances for the Akali to just bop him. Instantly kills the towers. Like, one of the things that also is very crazy about about Jax, is his ability reset on towers. Ooh, Akali hits the shuriken flip, but it doesn't matter. Now the Jax is just walking away. Now turning on him. If the counter-strike comes in time, he will get the kill, but nope. The Nami picks up the kill. The lack of sustain made this one very difficult. But if there's one thing that is like really annoying about these split push champions, Jax and Fiora, they take down towers so fast. Just because, what is it called? They have these auto tag resets on towers. And this is very, very overtuned, if you ask me. Especially if they run like Demolish, like they're alone with the tower for like 0.5 seconds, and then the tower is gone. Ooh, Kha'Zix's alone in the jungle. Not taking the risk of going in. Maybe he goes in for a quick trade here if the Camille is far enough. Ooh, he goes for a combo, he goes for a stun. Deals a significant amount of damage to the Kha'Zix, who's probably typing to his team. Takes care of him. And now runs after the Camille. Like, Jack's damage is crazy. And now you also see the value of Conqueror. Like, the bonus AD and the healing that comes in feels really nice to have compared to the Grass, which helps you during the laning phase. Also, it's so... like, you stack Conqueror so fast. Like, it's so easy to gain the full benefit of this. And Jax just doesn't have to care. You see, he just keeps on going. He just doesn't have to care. And he just ends the game here. He just dies, but he ends the game. And that marks the end of this game. And if you're watching this video instead of the live stream, then make sure to leave a comment, subscribe, and, well, come back for more RiftGuides content. And like I have a list of these like these videos lined up that I want to take a look at. So the next thing I've seen is a Wukong game. Let's see how the quality is, if the quality is good enough. Ah, the quality is sadly not good enough. Unlucky. Any more Aurelia? I haven't seen a recent Aurelia upload, I think. Sadly. Because Aurelia is always fun to watch. Let me whip out the epic pen as well. Tempo Jax? I think Tempo Jax also has his place. So, let's start with the Riven. Riven is top 10. Look, she's actually top 10. Big. And yeah, playing against Lee Sin, 5,000. Just look here, 5,009, 155 LP. Bro's popping off, playing Riven. So yeah, welcome. Let's take a look at this lovely Riven gameplay. Running Conqueror, Gathering Storm, Giant Slayer, Bloodline Overgrowth, Yubus Ghostplate, Trinity Force, Sterix Gage, and Titanic Hydra. It's a Chinese pro. Yeah, also look, he's pre-stacking his first ability to gain the benefit in the early jungle clear. Oh, he messed it up. It's a GG angle. He didn't gain the benefit of the passive now. But yeah, Riven had such a good clear in the past. They nerfed it quite a bit because it was too broken. And one of the issues with this champion is, like, if you go for this item here and then pick up like sudden impact somewhere else, you can snowball the living hell out of a game because you have so much more bonus pen. And it's just so important that you have these boots, because with these boots, the sustain you gain is abnormally high in combination with Bloodline. So this will allow you to stay on the map indefinitely, which in return nets you more gold, allows you to buy more items, and yeah, that is one of the biggest things. And we see a free camp gank by the Lee Sin, the typical Lee Sin behavior. Not working out though, luckily. But now the Lee Sin will walk straight down here and get this guy killed. Just a matter of time until the Lee Sin makes an appearance, and then depressing moments will unfold in front of our eyes. Riven going the consistent route, which I'm always preaching, you know? Going for full clear if possible, unless something happens. But I'm personally not a fan of this. I think gathering Storm on 80 champions outside of Kha'Zix, maybe Talon, if you play Precision, is doing anything for you. And yeah, the Lee Sin goes for the kill down there. This was about to happen, you knew it. Like, it was crystal clear what happened. Riven now hits level 5, has boots in base, hops the wall. Like, look how smart he plays. There's a ward in here, so he jumps the wall to go behind, so the enemy doesn't know he's there. Pops the ult from behind, goes in for a play, gets 1 kill for free, picks up another kill, and this only happened in the way that because he was aware of the ward in the brush, which was set up, and then jumped the wall. Being creative with the pathing, utilizing his champion's kit to gain the full benefit. Oh, Lee Sin picking up another freebie. Please, Varus, do not die to Lee Sin. Yeah, Fiora will pick up this kill, but she'll certainly fall to the Riven. And yeah, Yone now gets an assist, so another 150 buckaroos into the bags of the Yone, at least something in return. Ooh, this Lux is living on the edge. She's very much overextended given she's playing against the Riven. If the binding doesn't connect, ooh, flashes in the combo. Now the binding connects, but the slows might connect as well. Now she needs to be a little bit careful. There might be a Lee Sin coming, and if the Lee Sin is coming, it might be a death sentence, but there's no mana for the binding, so she just walks it down, kills the Lux, had enough because he already committed the flash and really wanted to get that kill. Lee Sin kicks into the face. This might be a kill. There's just too much damage. Nice denial with the blast cone. Now the Brand is making time. He picks up the fruit, goes for the combo onto the Lee Sin. The Lee Sin dies. And all because of the nice blast cone play, as well as being kind of lucky, as well as the Brand playing for time. Now this Riven is beyond fed. And I mean, yeah, Riven damage is crazy, right? Like, if you think about this. Riven damage, if you cancel properly, which, well, since you're playing WildRift, the game basically cancels it for you, you deal so much damage so fast. It's borderline insane. Fiora going for another play down here, probably forgetting about the Riven being so healthy after healing up so much. Yone avoiding certain death here and now picks up another kill. 6 kills strong and Herald hasn't even spawned yet. Ooh, and the Varus gets a free pickup here as well. This Riven is so fat, by the way, it's crazy. She can get cleared topside, and since Lee Sin is dead, he'll be stunned away. Probably does she only do her? Okay, she goes for more. But the question is, okay, does she use Blue Earth and go for a gank on bot lane and go for Dragon, or does she just say no, I want to go for Herald? Like, she's fat, she wants to go for kills, right? But the thing is, given the Lee Sin Herald is something you really don't want to have. Look at the damage this champion does. Enemy team is going for the dragons. Very weird to see that so many people go for dragon. The Varus picks up an easy kill. The Lee Sin kicks him out, but just not enough. And now we will pick up. The only way this dragon is lost is with Lee Sin Q, but now the Lee Sin goes for a kill, and now this will be traded by the Riven. Yeah, like the Lee Sin going for this kill will get the kill like 100%, but then the Riven will just kill you and you'll lose the dragon. Ooh, the Brand secures it, and it's a super close play. Oh no, he actually survives with a sliver of HP. What is chat mumbling about? Can anybody fill me in what Aaron is talking about? Ooh, the Lux went too close here. I mean, to be fair, this Riven is hella fed, right? But still, like, if Riven gets to snowball, it's the same as if a Lee Sin gets to snowball. You just die on repeat. Like, this is one of the biggest issues I have with WildRift. Like, the moment some champions get the tiniest bit of gold, they just continuously kill you on repeat without any chance of you doing anything about this, if they have any clue about what they're doing. Ooh, the Herald now barely picks up the platings in mid lane. The Lux is in a very bad spot. Ooh, the Flame misses, but the hook connects, and the Lux doesn't have flash, we know this. And you're gone as well. And if you have such a lead on Riven right now, you will see a lot of invading happening. But Lee Sin is one of the champions that can deal with this kind of okay, because he can just go onto the other side very fast and be super precise and speedy with taking at least something in return. Oh man. Look at this speed. Exhausts him, but will it even be enough? A Kane shifts away, gets close to him. Just look at this. Just runs after you with barely any cooldown, slow smites you, and completely stops your movement. Like, that must be one of the most depressing things to happen, no? Like, really painful stuff. I mean, the thing is, Spear of Shojin grants you more haste, right? But does it also grant you the benefits of the other items he builds? Because think about this, right? Trinity provides you with Spellblade procs. Sterak's provides you with a lot of AD, as well as a big amount of HP and a massive shield because you're already having Trinity Force, Overgrowth, and Sterak's. Then after this, because you have so much health, Titanic adds another big number of bonus damage on top that is very big in a burst combo and makes you tanky at the same time. And then to complete your build, you go for resistances because you have so much health. Does it make sense? The thing is, fundamentally, like if you look at the items he has, I don't see space for Shojin. I mean, yes, it's absurdly high, but does it have the Spellblade passive? Because if you look at a fight, how many Spellblade procs you gain, it's quite a lot, no? And she already has relatively low cooldowns, so if Spear lowers them by like 25%, will it make that much of a difference compared to having other items? And you see the Lee Sin playing the other side of the map, as I said, being able to, because he's so fast, whereas other champions would be in a lot more trouble because they're not as fast and could not at least trade something in return. Mid lane is a fight unleashing. It's just they need to find, like, the Riven is the majority of the gold right now. And the Riven really needs to find a situation in which he can take care of side, because look, like, the Lee Sin is doing what I told. Like, he's constantly running down the side lane, it was here beforehand, fixing the waves, trying to go for something, and the Riven is now in a position to constantly force plays. The issue is, like, all, like, the plays the Riven is making, given her HP bar at the end of the fight, are relatively risky compared to the plays that the Lee Sin is taking, because the Lee Sin is just taking the free gold over and over again, making it very difficult for Riven to do anything. But you see even the damage the Lee Sin dealt to her. Like, this Riven is very tanky HP wise, right? Like, she has a lot of HP, and she nearly got one-tapped. That is a crazy amount of damage. This guy has 300 AD. And with Titanic, ooh, secures the smite here on Bluebuff. Picks up the Lee Sin, he dashes away. But now with Titanic as a next item, her burst combo, like her first auto attack, will deal so much damage. He wants to force Nasher because the Lee Sin has to recall, but his team is under position. They didn't really realize what he was going for, what was happening. Can the support please tank? It's always so frustrating to get the Baron debuff when a support could be there. Instant combo if your Fiora gets taken care of. He has to be careful. He needs smite to he needs ult smite to deny the Lee Sin the Baron, but the Lee Sin is not in the pit with 1H. The Riven secures it because the Lee Sin probably had to smite early for HP and now just runs down the Ezreal. As you see, like, cooldowns are a myth on this champion, and Blue Smite coming in, and even the QSS by the Ezreal will not do enough to save the man. And now finally the guy will pick up some resistances. So what it does, if you have like a big bunch of HP, it doesn't mean it's your effective HP. Your resistances are like come into play, making you a lot tankier. So depending on how many resistances you gain, you become much more tanky than just by buying health. Obviously, in early game, health is much more powerful because you can gain it so much easier. And look at him just instantly killing her. And now running down this, look at the damage he's dealing and how tanky he is. Like, these big claps, like, you see the big auto attacks like Spellblade proccing in unison with Titanic Hydra. That's such a big clap. Now securing. I'm always kinda sad when we see a mid lane inhibitor taken, because mid lane inhibitor is so weak unless you just do it to deny the Nexus shield. Because you just give the enemy one wave to free farm, because it's not really impactful to take down this inhibitor. Now they're all dancing in front of the mid lane, like playing ARAM while he's trying to do something. And he just goes on for a quick combo, instantly kills the Lux, gets the Karma, kills the Karma in the fountain. He just doesn't give a single damn. He might be falling here, but nope, he doesn't fall, and he just kills them all, because why the heck not? Flash on the spot, chance recall, and finishes the game. How nice was that one? What do you guys think? I believe that was pretty cool. And in case you like don't know the channels, like I'll just put it in here. Like, check them out. I have 3 channels I'm checking out over and over again for like gameplays, and they're one of them. And it's just really nice. So if you're just interested in having more of these, feel free to just go there and watch. Oh, look at the colors. No. Why are the colors so messed up? Nobody can watch this. Oh man. Oh, that's fine. Was really crazy. Kinda sad that the colors are so messed up so many times. Ah. I'll grab myself something to drink, and then I'll be back. Because I need something to drink, otherwise I'll just die on the spot. And that wouldn't be so cool, if you ask me. I have a drink and something to eat, so I'll just consume this, and then we shall continue in our quest. Okay. We are back. We are back! And we'll start right away with a Jayce gameplay. After I've like consumed my food, I'm rejuvenated, I'm finally a human being again. Jayce against Vladimir. Rank 1 Jayce. So, we all know, if Vladimir ever walks up in the laning phase, he instantly dies. So let's kinda hope that Mr. Vladimir knows about this and doesn't walk up. Because if he does, he will just die. Starts with the melee form, probably gonna swap back to the range form for the bonus auto attack, but he just jumps into his face. He wants to jump into his face, instantly swap back, giving them the auto attacks, trading away like more than 60% of the enemy's HP in an instant. That is the power of Jayce. Like, it's so crazy. This is a free kill. Ooh, the enemy flashed away early enough. It was a very close one, but still, the Vladimir needs to be very careful, because he can still die. Like, it's so crazy to see Jayce players actually utilize the pressure a Jayce can have. Like, it's so crazy that many players do not know how much damage. He even puts another point to his first ability, because it has 2 damage instances in the melee and obviously the ranged form, and it's more reliable than having the third ability, which is then the super gate, like the supercharge gate. So he goes for inco quick trade, swaps form, auto attack reset with the second ability, deals a lot of damage, and nearly kills the Vladimir on the spot. Flashes in to get the kill. Like, you see the damage. Like, it's not even close. And look, like, he has sudden impact, and if he picks up a serrated Dirk right now, yeah, he does. And for all of you wondering, why is he going for a Ruby Crystal? Like, he already secured enough damage right now, and the 150 extra health make him so much tankier, so the Vladimir cannot kill him. And he has serrated Dirk pen, as well as sudden impact pen, as well as the pen from swapping forms. So if this Vladimir gets close, at every point, at any point again, he will instantly be blown up. And do not forget about the benefits of Brutal down here. They just know about the jungle as well. Camille also dies, gets a free kill. And this here, this synergizes pretty well with his second ability, because he just auto attacks into triple auto attack with the second ability on max attack speed, applying Brutal 4 times. Like, look. Like, this Vladimir has to run. 1 auto attack and he's like, you see. There is so much damage. And unless you know the limit of a champion, you would never expect this to happen. And the Camille is really... she is so depressed right now. Like, this damage potential is insane. And like, if you're picking a Vladimir into Jayce, I can only ask you to stop doing so. You will be absolutely shafted. Like, how many times have you seen a Vladimir actually win against the Jayce? There's just no way that's possible. And now we see the Camille top left, like on red buff respawn. Akram already going for another bot lane play. Oh, misses the combo, but still, like, yeah, this is but this is what I mean, like, picking champions blind. That is something very sketchy. And the issue transitions into other issues. For example, like, you know, Vladimir cannot defend himself against the Jayce, which means that the jungler gets an automatic advantage by being able to do whatever he wants to do, because the Jayce will always be there first. And they'll be able to continuously go for these plays because the Jayce will always have priority in mid lane. Like, look. The Jayce will always come from here, have always the push, run down here, run down here, run here, run here, and he can do whatever he wants to do. And there's nothing they can do to stop him. At least the Vladimir can't. And now we even see a Serpent's Fang pickup. Yeah, it's the thing about Jayce is just having 2 abilities on level 1 as well as an empowered passive on 2 forms is something so crazy. Like, you jump in with your first ability in melee form, give an alt attack, swap to the ranged form, use an alt attack and use your ability, and just blast them apart. Why does he have Giant Slayer? I mean, Fiora, Vladimir, Lulu, and Camille. They're all built health. And in case if you don't know how Giant Slayer in detail functions, for every 50 health, like bonus health, you will deal 1% more damage. And this will stack up to 700 HP, and therefore up to 14% more damage. Just so you know the little secret about this rune. And Lulu ult is counted as bonus health. Popping the Herald in mid lane, giving the Jayce the full tower here, the enemy team cannot even dream of getting any objective. There's just no hope. And if this Vladimir stays too long, Pool is out, has to flash away. Renekton being very angry here. Camille doesn't lock down anyone right now, but the Jayce deals so much damage. Jinx on the run, goes in for a quick combo. This might have been a little bit too much. This was a little bit too greedy. Because you can't really... If you jump into an enemy team that has Camille, you have to at least keep your knockback in the hammer form, like the 3rd ability. If you do this, you can do this play, because you can always escape. But if you don't keep the ability, you'll be locked up and just killed. As it just happened. And since you're an early like Giga Snowball champion that scales decently well, but the enemy team has Giga Scaling champions with a Lulu like a Jinx, you need to be very careful to not give them too much gold for no reason. Because the Jinx is not poor. At least not anymore. You mean 14%, not 40. 14. 14. But yeah. You do. And the funny part is, like if you buy items, like for example, let's say you buy 50 AD. If your spell does 280 damage with a modifier of 25%, or let's say 50%, you deal 280 plus 25. But the 14% counts for the combined number. So this number times 1.14. So it becomes a very, very large number very fast, and you'll see that Giant Slayer in your death recap deals a significant amount of damage. Like every single game you play into a decent team with like where Giant Slayer gets value, it's crazy. I don't have the values on my mind right now for PC cutdown, to be fair. But yeah, WildRift Giant Slayer is broken. It's not even remotely close. Hackern going in for a juicy play here. Jumps after Fiora. Will the Fiora escape? Probably, because she has dashes for days. Goes for the combo, but it doesn't hit the mark, and it wouldn't have killed anyway. The gameplay has slowed down significantly so far. They need to be mindful of this, because if the Jinx is being allowed to scale, they might get a lot of trouble, but he nearly just one-taps the Camille. It's not taking any prisoners there, man. I just find it crazy how much damage Jayce is allowed to do. And I find it even crazier that people do not play this champion. Or even people say that this champion is weak. Like, which champion in mid lane wins naturally against Jayce? Who wins naturally against Jayce? Like, I've seen, because mid lane is such a short lane, people pick Fiora, because the Jayce has issues running her down. But yeah, the only way anything happens if he gets collapsed on, and here he might even get killed, but he survives barely thanks to the power of Proto Belt, and Renekton is now in the enemy team trying to get something done. The Jayce is waiting for another rotation of the first ability and third ability combo, but yeah, nothing will come of it so far. It's just so much damage. Just a little bit loud. Good gapped. But I find it just so sad on the European server. There are barely any players anymore. Like, every game is not like people picking meta champions. It's just them picking for fun stuff and then getting absolutely farmed by stronger champions. And yeah, the Lulu is still not at a spot in which she can do much because, well, the Jinx needs to scale. Also, this crazy Lucian propaganda, like the Lucian Nami thing, I really hope people don't start picking up on Lucian and Lulu, because this is so much worse than Lucian Nami can ever be. Because this damage Lulu provides you with and the safety, it's painful. It should never be the case. But yeah, here we are, in a world where this is overlooked. Corki being locked on by the Camille. The Jinx is getting reset. Ooh, dodge is the combo. But you know, like, you know how Lucian players are. The thing is, Lucian has an easy way of killing you in lane. But to carry a game with Lucian is so much harder, because you're such a short champion and everything that touches you kills you. Legendary rank is still a thing. If you want to play it on a European server, you can. People try to make it work and it works. It's a bit slow, but it still works. If you're on the North American server or any other server, I do not know. Look at the damage Jayce does. Nice dodge by the Fiora though. Renekton trying to go for a Bluetooth stun here. No way that one's ever going to connect. I mean, you can just count yourselves happy that many players are not using proper ability in like auto attack sequencing on champions. Because if they did, a lot of champions that are deemed as terrible or weak would be very much broken. It's the sad thing. A big combo to the backline, the collector, the dopamine hitting hard. He could have just gone for a Sense Reaver and deal more damage than with Collector, but who am I? Who am I to criticize? I mean, you will have no, like, you can win lane with an Urgot, but will you carry a game? Like, they're giving champions a lot of stats, but these stats will most of the time just make them better in fights and in easy 1v1s, but the question is, will you be able to carry a game? Like, Akali is very crazy when it comes to killing people, but can you carry a game? They just keep on buffing champions' damage, and by doing so, they'll make it easier for these champions to get kills. But the thing is, even a champion like Urgot with a lot of kills, how reliably can he convert these kills into carrying the game? Because you're still Urgot, you still have to walk to the enemy. walk through all types of CC until you reach the backline. And he doesn't really have a reliable way of doing so. So the question is, can he just win through side, and what champions beat him inside, and what does this mean to you? Jayce is literally the border patrol here. Keeping everyone at bay, making sure nobody walks in. Nope, you don't get in here. And if anyone comes close, they instantly die, and now he turns onto the Baron. And yeah, takes on the Baron in an instant. It's a lot of damage. For example, here in this game, we have the Fiora, and the moment a Fiora or a Jayce are in the game, there's always this glimmer of hope for this to happen. Like, they just waltz down the side lane. Because if they are left alone for a brief moment, they just take down the tower in an instant, and they are so fast. They are so fast and nimble compared to like Urgot. Urgot is so slow in direct comparison. So yeah. But talking about items for a brief moment here. Anti-shielding, decent against Lulu, depending on how much shielding they get on top of this, it's very nice. Denying the enemy, the play, also very nice, but the question is why Collector? Why not just go for a Sentry Reaver and amplify your damage even more compared to just having Collector? But yeah, he showcased the power of Jayce in the early game, and he did so wonderfully, and I think they always show stats at the end. So yeah, he gets the MVP. He also probably has 1 gazillion damage dealt. Rank 1 Jayce, little showcase here, because they also get custom profile pictures. Quick little break here, you see, let's quickly talk about items here. This one is very powerful because you can just auto tag reset with your second ability and get 4 auto tags with Brutal very early on. This here, as I've mentioned earlier, Giant Slayer. 700 HP equate to 14% bonus damage. This here is very interesting because it doesn't usually need this alacrity. And you say Collector can secure kills much faster, but okay, let's think about this. Collector is a 5% HP execute, so the person needs to be below 5%. But what if your spell does 22.5%, given you have another crit item, 25% more damage, and then let's imagine your spell deals 1000 damage, and then you add 25% to this, which is then 1250, and then you compare 5% to this and try to find the number. Is the 5% Collector execution similar to the damage increase here, which is just a random number? And given the fact that you have your second ability, which is 3 auto attacks that are very fast in sequence, which you can reset with your second ability, you get another Ascent Reaver proc very fast. And I know where you're going because it's WildRift. You can basically buy any item, because the thing is, in most instances, especially if you're playing a first strike champion, you will have item advantages over enemy. And let's say you have these items, and here, like, you have so many more items. The enemy is stuck at 4 items, and you are at 5 and 6 items, or 5 or 6 items. The +1 item is so much more powerful, plus your champion's base, as the champion as in general, is just so much stronger that all your items do not matter too much. Like, if you deal 5% more or 5% less damage, doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, because games aren't usually won by items in WildRift. They are won by which team commits the least mistakes. I have time for one more. Ooh, what about a Gragas? We have a Nova long video. What about a Nova long video on Gragas? Okay. We're now going to take a look at Nova long and Gragas. Starts with a red buff, and starts with the second ability. Best tool to have to clear the jungle as fast as possible. Deals so much damage. And if he plays Gragas, he will obviously just go for a full clear. Full clear is just so important on this champion. Unless there's a free opportunity. And he also goes, most of the time, if I see him play, he picks up Sork Boots, a Prophet's Pendant as well, and utilizes Sudden Impact. And Gragas, like the damage buffs, they are so high. Like, they just gave the champion, I think, 25% more ability damage. I think. And that is a crazy amount of damage. And just see how fast he clears. Leashing the camps together to make sure to be even more efficient. Because why waste auto attacks when you can just, well, work once and reap the benefits? Yeah, but the thing is, why they buff this is something I can talk about in another stream, like maybe tomorrow or something. Is just generally their win rates, right? So you have champions. Like Riot's goal is to have every champion on 50% win rate. And this is not a thing that's possible. Oh, he misses the combo, but it doesn't matter. Bobs onto the head and gets a free kill. Like, Riot... Ooh, the Xin Zhao could be potentially picking up a kill here. Nice body slam ult combo. Gets the Yasuo in ult range to deny this play again, but the Yasuo will... the Xin Zhao just auto-casted! And therefore this doesn't happen. Oh no, he's so depressed. Okay. Riot has the agenda to buff every single champion or nerf every single champion to 50%. And like if you compare champions, how much easier or harder is Lee Sin compared to Annie? And then you're like, maybe Lee Sin shouldn't have such a high win rate because the champion is far more complex than Annie. And then like, nah, champion needs to have a good win rate. I mean, the same applies to so many champions. Have you seen Samira? Samira have been the recipient of buffs every single fucking patch. That is so crazy. What is the difference between comparing Lee and Evelynn when both suffer from the same fate of being balanced through win rate? Look at the Yasuo, he probably just constantly spams his ultimate just in expectation of the Gragas going for a combo, and the Gragas is surviving, which is a huge dub for him. And Evelynn is still, like, her playstyle is still a lot harder than people believe it is. And Evelynn has only been nerfed for, like, many patches. I don't know when the last thing happened that was positive for her. And people didn't play her because she was not as easy to pick up. She didn't get a single buff, if I'm not mistaken, for ages. And yeah, Gragas is already scaling here. 75 gold from first strike is not the worst, given the time in the game, it only gets more. And he's getting stronger and stronger by the minute. Pops the combo, the Yasuo ults again instantly, this guy just instantly killed. This will lead towards an easy herald for the Gragas. The Akali escapes with a sliver of HP, but the WildRift is running it on, ignites her. Dubs the ignite dropping, easy. Yeah, but the thing is, the Evelynn in the past was already good, but people didn't play her. So many champions have been good, but people didn't play her, regardless of rune changes or item changes. The thing is, the moment champions receive a nerf label, and Evelynn received a nerf label in the distant past, where she had ability damage reduced on Nashor with ult, the cap, what else? Minion damage reduced, etc. And all these nerfs let people believe that the champion is automatically bad because they have the nerfed label. And coaching is $39.99. I mean, it's a good choice to ban Evelynn. And for example, like, Gragas wasn't a bad champion before the buffs. Like, he had his weaknesses, for sure. But he was most certainly not weak. In USD, yes. Like, look at the Gragusi. And all of this starts with the same start in jungle. Like, all the most consistent players, unless they're playing in multi-queues, go for a full clear. Just to be consistent, and from this point on, like, as they clear, they look for potential plays. They don't just randomly flip the game for fun. The only issue with Gragas is, or was, that Gragas is a fully committal jungler, right? Like, he goes in. And if you are the only player on the team, he feels very bad to play because you have to always put yourself in a position to like into harm's way, right? If you play in a pre-made situation, you can use your ult to make everything happen, but you cannot really rely on solo queue on your people, so the champion's win rate will be relatively low, even though he's a pick and ban champion in, for example, pro play. For good reason. And that makes it so difficult because the skill differential between players is so big that in normal solo queue you can basically pick whatever you want. Barely anything matters. You can build whatever item you want because it barely has any impact on the game unless you're literally literally griefing. Nice combo by the Yasuo, and he just collects the kill with a nicely placed barrel to yoink it with the power of Infinity Orb. I mean, have you seen the Sennas that are terrorizing this game? They're making, like, but the same happens to Hecarim. Like, there are so many people that make these champions look weak, right? Even though they're not even remotely weak. Like, they might even be overtuned. Like, whereas Gragas deals a lot of damage, is crazy if you play him well, but suffers from a key weakness, which means, like, in solo queue he's very committal, and you cannot really rely on people, and that makes him a little bit more risky to play. And you see him heal space very nicely, being very respectful as well, placing down the ultimate just to make sure that he isn't about to die, spacing away from the Rakan, but will eventually fall, and gives 1k to the Xin Zhao. And the other thing, like, I always say that, like, items don't matter as much anymore, but items do matter if you are a very good player. And for example, you play into a full AD comp and you realize this and you just go plated steel caps, or as an AD carry in late game you swap out your boots and buy defensive boots, because the defensive boots will make you a lot more tankier than the damage boots will allow you to deal damage, and if you can't get one tapped you'll automatically win because you're a DPS champion. Like, there are so many things that can be such big of a difference for players. And the thing, I don't think Lucian by himself needs a nerf. I think the runes need adjustment. Whenever you fight a Lucian and you just take a look at the death recap, you will see how much the runes did. Like, sudden impact you won't see, of course, but you'll see Brutal and Kraken Slayer. You'll see Brutal, Kraken Slayer, and sudden impact after the game, and you'll just see his damage being completely carried by runes. The thing is, yeah, I get that, like, Gragas gameplay is very one-dimensional very many times, right? You throw ult, you go body slam, somebody dies. You body slam flash, somebody dies. That's basically your gameplay loop. But it's so satisfying. Because imagine, you're playing the game, you go in for a combo, and the moment you hit somebody with a body slam, you yell, "Bomba!" How is this not fun? Like, Kraken is just an insane rune. And there are like other tricks, like for example, like let's say every 3 minutes swap this trinket to the yellow trinket. And then after 3 minutes or something, swap it back. So you always alternate between two yellow trinket wards and a sweeper. This is also some strategy that's very powerful to utilize to gain more on the map, especially around certain timers. I mean, just because something is one-dimensional doesn't mean it's not satisfying. Or do you think that's somehow exclusive, like excluding? Yeah, but the issue is it's still Renekton, right? Like, Renekton still has a big issue of trying, like, carrying games. He can be annoying, but he suffers so much still. Like, he still has to somehow reach. And he's just looking for options here. Like, Gragas damage is crazy. You basically do it with certain goals you have on the map. Like if you know you go for something specific, you like when the first objective spawns, for example, and you started with a control ward, you swap to trinket wards to place down the trinket wards at the objective or around the objective. Easy Nash secure, there's just no way this is now can steal because the fermented barrel like will just instantly kill it, there's just no way. And he has flash, he's probably as well, like he can just look for a play if he truly wants to. Kronos popped, he goes for a probable play, instantly wipes the floor. Xylus with 1 HP fail flashes, and now the Moonbro. Look at the damage by this man, he just doesn't give a single damn. The thing is, the winning lane part, again, I always take the Akali thing, the Akali example. Akali has an easy time killing you. Even my mother could kill any challenger player with Akali by just pressing her, smashing her buttons on even items. Like let's say level 7. But will she be able to carry a game? That's the big difference. Like a very big difference. And Aatrox is like a very special champion. Not itemizing anti-healing or running ignite, not playing around the knockups, like he has so many little rules that you have to play around because otherwise you die. It's like a noob check. If you walk there, you die. Even if you are ahead, you will die. I don't know, like whenever I played Mundo, I just walked at people and fought them. And I just didn't give a single damn. It's like the Moonbro going in, he just went in there, he just had enough of this game, he just wants to end it, and with that he actually ends it. So much damage this guy is dealing. We love Gragusi. Yeah? And you always have to make sure, because I like just like watching these and like comment over them. Like, if you want to help a YouTube channel out, right? What you can do, I'll show you a trick. Number one, comment, leave a like, and if you're watching this entire video, right? What you can do is you can leave the sound on, let it play in the background, and mute the site via the tab up here, and then you can give these channels the full watch time in the background without even having to look. So you provide, like, you give them a lot more exposure. Just a little trick that I want you to know about. Okay. But now I will end the stream. I said I'll stream to roughly 3 p.m. There's a new video coming out in 12 minutes. New video, 12 minutes. Talon. So make sure to watch that one. And with that said, I'll end the stream for today. We will be back tomorrow at 6 CAT. Rapi versus Rapi. Thank you all for hopping by. We'll see each other tomorrow and we'll enjoy some more relaxation. Nah. Not the stat breaker. Anyways,